Hello, hello. All right. There we go. Welcome to another fun episode of Tecmo Super Bowl. We are playing as the Saints. It's the 93 season. I'm going to play through or do the quick playthrough stuff for the other teams. Um, if you've watched any of the other episodes, you kind of know that Saints who are undefeated right now, having a pretty good season with a team that most people, even probably a lot of people who are Saints fans, don't know a lot of the people. Wade Wilson, quarterback, Dalton Hilliard, Brad Muster, Quinn Early, and then a no-name defense only because I don't know any of the names of the guys on defense. Let's see, week 13, I believe there's 17 weeks in a season. And we really don't care if it's us. We're just going to keep trying to onside kick this. I don't think the Vikings offense is all that good. And they are one of those teams that tries to do a lot of the crap. They have a play in which the Chris Carter play where it goes up and then comes back down. So all right. And I'm hoping that they run it here pretty quick. It's where they'll either... Oh, no. We're over... Ah, I'm sorry. I think it's actually Anthony Carter. I don't think it is Chris Carter in this one. And they got QB Vikings. Okay, so here should be one of them. Oh, nope. Oh, that's Chris Carter. So the Carter brothers. I'm pretty sure they weren't brothers, but. Alright, let's see. Alright. They don't have any plays that go down, so a lot. Oh, look at that. There we go. I do have the chat up. In the odd chance that anybody's watching. I really mean that. It is on my phone, so I'll be responding as far as my phone goes and everything. It shows right now I have 0 viewers, so that's nice. Alright. Go. Alright. It's actually kind of neat having you on your phone. You can kind of see what your current stuff is. When you're playing this, you just have to know that... Okay, there, no open, no open. I think I've actually, at this point, passed it so much that it's going to be pretty rare that anybody gets all that open. So it's going to be a lot of running out of Wade Wilson in this game. With me not starting with the ball, yeah, I always try to get out of bounds when you're the quarterback. I think he's actually my number 1 runner just because of pass plays. Nope, nobody open again. Oh, I didn't get out of bounds. Let's see how we got this. I think my system actually might show that I'm playing with. Oh, let's see. All right. And there we go. It's not Super Mario Brothers for anybody that's tuning in. Sorry. I'm actually playing the rest of my season. I forgot to change it. I'm playing the rest of the season of my Super Tecmo Bowl. I'm going to get through this season, and then the next playthrough is going to be Mystic Quest, uh, which I know is kind of a watered down version of Final Fantasy. Then I have Arcana, and then today I had a chance to and did not pull the trigger on getting Chrono Trigger. Funny. Um, and basically the only reason with having to play the other two games as a playthrough with Mystic Quest and Arcana yet, um, it would the justification for spending the $100 on Chrono Trigger at this point was not quite there. I did pick up two games. The two games I picked up was Vegas Stakes, which if you've ever played it, it's an interesting game that came out for Super Nintendo. Alright, there we go. I believe it's a sequel, or it's kind of in the same line as Vegas Stakes for Nintendo. Super interesting game for Nintendo. Crap. And then SimCity 2000. They had both. They had SimCity and SimCity 2000. I liked 2000 a little bit better. It actually plays. Get out of bounds. Get out of bounds. Get out. Crap. Plays pretty well on the Super Nintendo. I do remember that. Vegas Stakes is actually, it was weird. I looked at the packaging. It was actually the full package. $5. Even with all of the stuff with it. You can play it with the Super Nintendo mouse. A couple other games I saw there that I thought might be fun to just kind of play along with. Pilot Wings was there. I don't know how interesting that is to watch. I remember Pilot Wings being a pretty fun game to play, but I don't know at this point how fun of a game it is. I have a lot of sports games. If you watched the first podcast, it was with Scott Sipker. Scott was really good, super awesome to have on. We had about an hour and a half. He played PGA Tour, and I figure that's kind of what I'll do is whatever game they want to play. I have games like NBA Jam, Ken Griffey Jr. Baseball, so a lot of different games that are sports related. And the golf was actually a little bit tougher than I thought it was going to be when he played it. So, come on. Well, they didn't turn it into points. Anytime I can get a turnover and not have it turn into anybody else's points, I'm pretty happy with it. Let's see here. Oh, shit. Alright. 2 minutes. As long as I don't turn the ball over, I should be able to get one touchdown before the half. If you've ever played this before, you know the time moves very, 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 very fast. I think a full play through for a game is usually 28 minutes to about 32 minutes, depending on who you are and how fast you want to play. Once you get your plays set up, there's only going to be maybe a handful of plays that you're going to actually use during any given time. So, as far as this case goes, my passes are always set up the exact same way, no matter what team I use. A lot of it is because it gives you a lot of extra time to react. If you look, the last three plays are all in the shotgun formation. That way, if they call a blitz, or basically if they call your play, it's an automatic blitz. Um, shit. Let's see. I got maybe two more plays. If I have to run this, I need to run it out of bounds. So, all right. Okay, good. Um, but yeah, you want to give yourself as much time as possible, and the play. There's always a certain amount of time that's going to happen in the game before you actually have control of the player. So when you hike the ball, um, oh, would be a bad time to get an onside kick. But yeah, there's only a certain amount of time before you have control of the player. So when you're on the ball and they call the same play, it makes it a lot more difficult. All right. Watch the Killer halftime show if anybody's. Look at that. There we go. Woo. Folks, it's good stuff. This is, if anybody's played this game, it is totally a stat game unless you're playing against somebody. Um, when you're playing against someone else, it does make it a little bit more interesting because usually um, you never switch sides. You're always going to the right if you're playing one player. If you're playing two player, uh, it's you get so accustomed to playing one player that here we go. All right. Yeah, it makes it a lot more difficult because I think at this point the left on these controllers is pristine, where the right button has been depressed so much. Get. All right. I did reset up the studio and everything, so I got the lighting a little bit different. After going through the podcast, I realized that the lighting was washing out the background. So if I was wearing black, I wasn't sticking out. So now I've kind of repositioned some lighting so the background has a little more. I actually stick out against it, which is nice. And then there we go. As I said, I don't know if I actually. Let me see if I can even go through the last names. So we got uh, Martin, Jackson, Mills. Not anybody I can think of. Mills might have been also in the Nintendo game. Oh, no. Although he is lightning quick. Don't be a first. One of the few things they added to this game was some different animations that they didn't have in the other ones. A first down animation, some pretty interesting tackling animations that are pretty cool. Okay, we'll just go up here. That's an easy bust play, and you can tell by the way they're lined up if they're going to run that. You know they're not going to run it. If they're going to do, depending on different ways they line up. That was going to be a pitch play to the bottom. There we go. So, yeah, generally you can get you can run up the score pretty high in here. I understand people are coming in. Sorry, I am not playing Super Mario World. I was actually expecting Scott to be playing that game when he came on. He did choose PGA Tour Golf. I was originally what the plan was is to see after the podcast how far player, whoever the interviews would be with would get to. So, there we go. But in this case, we're just going to finish up this season, like I said. And then next season, or well, after this, we're going to go through a playthrough of Mystic Quest. Catch it, catch it. But yeah, then it's going to be a playthrough of Mystic Quest, and then a playthrough of Arcana. Well, and I might do Arcana next. If you never played Arcana, or if you don't know what Arcana is, or if you're young, and you don't know any of these. Oh, he ran it. He ran it. It was an RPG, but it was very funky. It was all of the characters that you played with were. There we go. Oh, nice run. All the characters you played with were actually on cards. Um, and it had elementals in it, so fire, water, earth, and I think an air elemental. So it had some different interesting characteristics with it, magic, upgrades, different things, different towns. Um, the dungeon system felt a lot like when you're going through them. It felt kind of like Wolfenstein 3D. So that was really kind of a cool thing to watch. God, this is not a good game. I haven't held them in any points, and they're not doing real well, but I just can't. There we go. That one turnover might have been. All right. Yeah, if you can see, I think I've been on, what, 17 minutes at this point, and we've got, what, yeah, we should be able to get this done in about 20 minutes. I used to play about a season a week when I was a kid. Obviously not as much anymore. It's nice to get out a couple times a week and get a game in. When I do a playthrough, I will probably do an hour at a time. I know you can really get into some of those RPGs and just get lost in them. Upstairs, I was actually playing. Oh, come on. Nice. Upstairs, I was playing Link to the Past for a little while. I'm not going to play it on this because I think there's just too many people. There's a glut of people that are playing that game. I love it. I haven't beaten it in a while. I think I'm on Dark World 6. Is the stage I'm on. I just got my butt handed me. I suck in that level because the ice. And, but that's what I'm playing upstairs. On here, only SNES right now. I do have a friend that's going to, instead of buying Chrono Trigger, I have a friend that said that he has it on a PS1. So I might just borrow his PS1 and do a playthrough of crap Chrono Trigger. God, that would have been a good one too. They have to pass it. There's just no way they can't here. Alright. Good. And turnover. So this is where a lot of times in the fourth quarter, because they will not punt with a lot, like with this much of a lead against them, that they will. Good block. Thank God, thank God, thank God. But yeah, playing there we go. Okay, touchdown. Actually, and I think that's one of Martin's shortest touchdown catches of the year. I believe he already has like 1,400 yards receiving. And, oh, right. Not very many catches either. It's something ridiculous. Like, he's averaging like 35, 40 yards a catch. Alright, if I can stop him. Alright, I know what this is going to be. Alright. Easy enough. They'll call a couple timeouts real quick, under 3 minutes. And timeouts in this game, I don't know why they put them in, because if you... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Oh, that was close. That was stupid. I should have just tackled him. Well, alright. That's a good one. Is that side change? Nope. So it's 4th down. This should be, oh. Let's see if we can block this. Always go that guy. Oh, yeah. They missed it. Good. So, get one more touchdown, hopefully. Let's see how we do right here. Dump pass to you. I might get 300 yards. There we go. 150 yards receiving, but I don't have the 300 yards passing yet. So we'll try to get one big play here. If he drops, oh, he dropped off, and that guy's up there, but... Alright. 2nd and 2. I can afford to take a sack. If they do rush, I'm just going to go right into it. Isn't worth taking a hit on that one. And right here, one quick one to him. All right. 19. Too far out to go with that. So this would be the play to go with. And then, there you go. Easy enough. Missed it. No. He must be in good shape. Usually, I think he already has like 10 misses on the year. Can we get it back? Nope. Well, at least we'll get some sacks. We'll stat build right here. Two sacks. All right. They're gonna throw it. Oh, crap. Nope. No. Ah, that's the end of the game. Wow. Did I get him to positive rushing yards on the game? Oh. That sucks. Oh, man. Well, I'll take it. Yeah, anytime your quarterback can have 70 yards rushing, that's a pretty good game to go. Let's see where we are. So standings, still undefeated, NFC West, because that was still a thing back then. San Francisco's 2 losses. I account for over 100 of those points for their opponent's points. So, and they're only 2 losses, so they're a pretty good team in this. Yeah, like I said, it's all just about stats. I mean, if you look offensive-wise, I mean, yeah, I'm obviously a pass-heavy team. Rush yards, not even close. But defense-wise, it gets pretty ridiculous. I mean, there's nobody even close in anything. The Eagles, and at the time, I think 93, the Eagles were one of the best defenses out there. In this game, they have Reggie White. I don't know if Mike Golick, and I'm not going to call him out, but I don't know if Mike Golick is actually in this game. I should actually check, because he might Was he in there? Seth Joyner, Eric Allen. Goalie didn't make it. I feel bad for him. He would. But he'd be in there. He should. He should get honorable mention for everything in there. But yep, and then you look at like NFL leaders, passing, just ridiculous stuff. I mean, one, the passing yardage. I don't even know if it's pretty comparable, whatever. But obviously, touchdowns wise, it's stupid. So 2% receiving. Early's got the most receptions by far, but it's still not that many as far as the season goes. And then Martin, if you look, it's just yards. I mean, he averages 38.4, 28 touchdowns. He was basically the only guy catching touchdowns there for a while. I think it's not even close, and everything. Quinn Early's second, but it's such a far distance second. I mean, Martin was catching. We're in week 13, so he's averaging over 2 a game for the first 13 games of the season. So, but no, just a quick feed tonight. Everything was fun. Probably I might do another one later. We're just kind of checking out some stuff right now. Be sure, let's see, so we're week 13. We'll get through this season. Hopefully, if we get to it by next weekend, we should be done. I'm guessing the week after is when I'm going to start the next playthrough. Leave a message on my Twitter feed at Pound Town Media. You can check us out on YouTube. You can check out our first episode of the Pound Town Podcast with Scott Sipker, otherwise known as the Iowa Nice Guy, at youtube.com/Pound Media. Really good time. He was a great interview, very knowledgeable. Watching him suck at golf was pretty fun. Then we'll see you next time.